Hello. In today's tutorial, we're answering a question from the Lightning Now Success Community Group. This is a group moderated by Salesforce to help users and developers adopt and develop using the Lightning experience. Matt asks, what is the best way to call an auto-launched flow from a record page detail button in Lightning experience? Good question, Matt. Let's look at a record detail in Lightning experience to see what we're talking about. Custom buttons and actions will appear here when added to the page layout. What we'd like to do is develop a button that when clicked will launch a flow, and then when that flow completes, perhaps reload the page so the user sees any new field changes or records that may have been added. In Salesforce Classic, this is a very easy thing to do. We could simply create a custom button and set the URL of that button to be the URL of our flow. No development required. Unfortunately, in the Lightning experience, these flow URLs are not yet supported, so we need a workaround. One thing to note is that flows can be embedded within a Visualforce page, and Visualforce pages can be called from custom actions. And custom actions can also be added to our Lightning page layouts to appear on the button bar. So in this tutorial, we're going to walk through how do we create a very simple Visualforce page that embeds our auto-launched flow and make it exposed here on our Lightning experience page layout. To get started, we first need a flow. In my example, I have a very simple flow. All it does is post a chatter message to the record that we were on. If we look at the details for this post chatter message, it's just going to say, hello from Flow. And it takes one input variable to know what record we need to post the message to. Next, we need to create a Visualforce page. We can go to the Developer Console, and we'll choose File, New, Visualforce Page. We'll give this a name like Run Chatter Post Flow Page. We'll paste our code here. Let me walk you through it. It's not as bad as it might seem. On our first Apex page tag, we need to have an attribute called Standard Controller. And this needs to be the name of the object we're going to be adding our button action to. Next, we'll use our Flow Interview tag. The name attribute needs to be the name of the flow that we created. The next attribute is the finish location. This can be any URL that you want to redirect the user to once the flow completes successfully. In this case, I want to redirect right back to the account record that we were looking at. Now my flow needs to take in one input variable. How we set input variables for our flow from Visualforce is to use the Apex param tag. The name attribute is the name of your input variable, and the value is the value that you want to set. In my case, I pass in the account ID. To learn more about how to set parameters for your flows in Visualforce, check out this bit.ly link, which will take you to the Salesforce documentation. Let's make sure to save our page, File, Save, and then we can go back to Salesforce Setup, and instead of creating a new button, we're going to use the new action. Our action is going to be for Visualforce page, and it'll reference our new Run Chatter Post Flow page. Let's give it a name like Launch Flow and click Save. Lastly, we need to add this new action to our page layout. Our new action will appear here under our Salesforce 1 actions. Well, it will in a second. Let's come over here and click on the wrench to customize our Salesforce 1 and Lightning experience actions. And there we can find our launch flow, drag it here where we want it to be, and click Save. Then we can come back to our record and Lightning experience, refresh the page, and we'll see our new button here called Launch Flow. We click it, a little pop-up appears. That's standard Salesforce functionality for any custom action that is a Visualforce page. It would have shown the page there inside, but since ours doesn't have any content, it's just running the flow. The pop-up only appears as long as it takes for the flow to complete. In our case, just posting the chatter message was pretty quick. And then because we refreshed the page, the pop-up disappeared. We can come over here to the Collaborate tab for the chatter feed, and we'll see, here's our new message, hello from Flow. So there you see, it's fairly straightforward, although it does require a Visualforce page to get you to launch the flow from Lightning Experience. Hope this helps you. Thanks for watching. Bye.